Welcome to the 8th oldest stadium in the country, Vaught Hemingway in Oxford, Mississippi, home of the Ole Miss Rebels, where the fans never lose a tailgate and don't plan on losing the game today. A late season top 25 matchup on hand with a couple of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Longhorns will kick it away to start us off. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense is on the field for the first time today. And as we watch this wide receiver come onto the field, when you have a dude like this, you find ways to get him the ball over and over again, no matter what the defense tries to take away.
Yeah, because the defense can't win. Whether you double team him, we're still going to win. And they're going to give him the ball in quick passes. They're going to throw it deep, and they're going to take advantage of him every opportunity they can. They will feed him. They will feature him because he's just that good.
Got room at the 35. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator where they're running the football. You can see they ran to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? Paying attention to that because that's a big game. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run.
Fires to the big fella. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Here's the handoff. Good, solid pick up there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Fighting off the defender. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
You just hold your breath every time this QB keeps the football running. With his speed, he's a threat to hit the home run every time he totes the rock.
And the Rebels with the 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Brought down after a pickup of 5 yards down to the 10. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you...
And they'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Rebels! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So the Texas Longhorns offense will have its first possession of the game. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
Man, so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
They'll give it to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. Not putting the cart before the horse, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. They just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Coming after him. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop from running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drop again.
The give to the tailback. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
They'll go to the ground. They make the tackle at the 22. We'll give him 5 yards on the play. It'll be enough for a first down.
I love when players understand the situations. They understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays.
And into the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. The Rebels have it with a 1st and goal. Try to get it in with the run. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB. You wouldn't have...
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss. The defense flailed at him like he was slathered in baby oil and wrapped in rattlesnakes. They didn't get close to him.
It's hard, man. The dude's so fast, but he's still allowed to throw it. He can still run it. He's so hard to get a handle on. And I tell you what, that's why he makes big plays time and time again.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this game.
Got it behind the line. It's Wang. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. It's still early in the game. Get a stop and create some momentum for your offense.
One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the holes.
Intercepted. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. At the 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Longhorn!
Really nice drive by this offense. This is a challenge. They're going to make everything difficult. So when you can make some plays against this defense, you got to absolutely take advantage, create some momentum for your squad. Nice drive by this offense.
He'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still so. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards, but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
He wants to throw here on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting a first down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On third down, he drops to throw. And he gets there. And they get it down at the 14-yard line. And the Rebels line up to punt it away. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able...
Picked off! And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. There he goes, breaking the pocket. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks. They're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Caught. A quick tackle made, but he's got ready for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. He's already thrown one pick, and if he doesn't clean up some of this stuff, more will follow for sure.
More will follow and probably go into the bullpen or getting another guy in here that can throw the football. It's stuff like that just drives you nuts because you're fading off your back foot. It's really, really hard to be accurate. So you got to hang in there. You got to understand that I got to stay still when I throw the football, hit those targets, and I definitely can't turn the football over.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
21, Texas.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Texas offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. And you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good. A really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that.
What a snag by the defense. Going the other way, he's got room. He's at the 30. Inside the 10. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is. It's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sideline. You're like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at 14. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. They'll open the second half on the ground. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. And the Longhorns want to crank the tempo. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Makes the grab on the left. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
We knew this defense was going to be physical in this game. How about that hit on the tight end after a nice gainer preventing him from getting the first down?
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got it. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle to prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Caught in the backfield, it's Antonio. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Throws to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. They got him down quickly after the pick, but he'd already made the biggest play, and they got it at the 38. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Now facing a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He's got his man. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. 4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. Wide out in motion. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Makes the catch past the sticks. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Rebels! And the pummeling has started. Well, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3. 3 is the magic number for touchdown.
Yeah, it's as easy as ABC. Goodness gracious. He's been getting whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. I want to change something up, or maybe focus on that guy that's getting the football a lot and scoring. He'll
bring it out. It's Johnson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, he did take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
It's just simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Wang. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they got it at the 42. The Longhorns are on the move. Off play action on 1st down. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up the pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. We're lucky that one hit the ground.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground this offense ready to go back to work. They'll run it. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Inside a minute to go here in the 3rd.
Yankee Blue! Yankee Blue! Cricket!
Quarterback on the keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And a great job by the defense, holding the line of scrimmage, playing downhill, playing responsibility football, making sure they shut down that option play.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Charles. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Got a man, it's Charles. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Fast motion from the offense. He's back to throw on 2nd down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. And the fumble is going to go out of bounds, and the offense will maintain possession. A 3rd and long coming up here. Quarterback will audible. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He'll turn it loose out to the right. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. 3rd and 10, still back up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. And the Longhorns will try to...
You know what time.
3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Line gets set, 1st down. Power football with the run. Just ran over it. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football. He has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here.
Start.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the flag, 1st and 15 for this offense. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Open.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. I'm sure the play is complex, but it doesn't involve the official also throwing a flag in the middle of it. 1st and 25. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is snowed under.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. He's going to pass on second down. He's going for a big play downfield. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Now on second down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. He's looking for an open man on second down. This time he's got it. They bring him down with a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. This is a 3rd and long. Here we go. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. And the Rebels will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over.
Oh, he ruins the big gainer with a fumble. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. They'll leave it with him. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, Dave. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen. Strip the football, do something.
Give to the running back. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. On first down, here comes this offense.
Jackrabbit.
He wants to throw. Getting some heat. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. They get him down after he makes the catch.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes trailing late, I think you got to be thrown to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.